Hey guys, it's Jamman88 here. This is, I believe, the first video on the TK-FAP2 channel. Again, I didn't intentionally name it that way. I didn't realize what the acronym would sound like until afterwards. Anyway, sorry, it's probably been, like 2 years at this point. Yeah, I think like 2 years since my last upload. I'm feeling pretty guilty about that, and I thought maybe I'd just upload a behind the scenes video and also an explanation of where I've been and why this has taken so long. This is like my 5th attempt at recording this due to unforeseen circumstances again and again, but hopefully we get through it in one go this time. So essentially what we have here are some placeholder audio files that I recorded earlier. These aren't going to be the final. This is just for me to get the timing of the animations correct. So I'm just going to drag that into the project so far. Now this project doesn't really look too complicated with the amount of layers it has. This is because it's really only one issue so far, issue 13. Typically my animations take about 5 issues. So this will get, a bit more up there eventually. But for now, this is what it is. So I'm just going to cut up the audio file. Again, forgive the quality of the voice recordings. I've done nothing to the audio. I haven't even tried to do the voice properly. I've just raw so I can get the timing right. So first I'll figure out where the animation starts, or where I want, talking to begin, which I think will be about here. And I'll drag Trace's lines to there. So let's give that a listen, see how that lines up. I'm really tired. This is the first chance I've had to sit down and think about what's going on. Still no memories of my past though. See, I started, the camera moved too quickly when I was just doing this in my head earlier. So I need to extend this all out. And it's important I start this process as early as possible. Ideally, I should have started it before I did any of the animation, because now I'm going to have to move everything past the point where the camera move happens, so I can get the timing of the scene right. So, Trace talks to about, still no memories of my past though. Who am I? So he talks to about here. And the camera cut happens about here, which is, not ideal. So first I'm going to move the camera cut across to about here. And then I will have to start moving everything, which is going to be a painful process. So bear with me for a second. I'll speed through this all for you. Okay, so this is a good point to show you my folder structure for how I do all this. Because you see, the issue is that, speaking of issues, I have this layer folder here, which has each issue, which I've cut the pieces out for or drawn if the pieces didn't exist. I'm not the best drawer, but I can kind of extrapolate from where Tom started. So if I go into issue 13 here, you'll see I have panel 1, and then panel 1 is broken up into all these different pieces. And the reason it'll be broken up into different pieces is because some of those pieces will need to move separately from the rest of the scene for animation, or for parallax scrolling, which is where an object in the distance moves slower than an object close up, so you can roughly gauge the distance, and other various effects. And then I go back out here and I've got this source comic folder. And this is, if I go into any one of these, you'll see all the GIMP files I've worked on for the thing. You may be wondering at this point, why am I using GIMP, or why am I using Sony Vegas as opposed to the industry standards, which is the Adobe suite. Honestly, main reason is just cost. The Adobe suite is something you have to pay for continuously. GIMP is a free open source program, and no, it's not meant to be a slur. It stands for Glide Image Manipulation Program. And Sony Vegas, at least as of now, is a one-time pay setup. So you just pay for each version as you want it. So I have, I think Sony Vegas 17. And yeah, sorry, we don't need to talk about payment structures. So the reason I'm in here is just because I quickly wanted to read over the issue that I'm working on, issue 13. So still no memories of my past though. That's where that ends. And then who am I? How did I get here? And this panel should end on the line, maybe they're normal around here. So that's when I know I need to cut to the next one. So let's listen to this line. Oh, and first I need to ask though, who am I? Who am I? How did I get here? So I need to cut that, and I need that to line up with the beginning of this shot. So let's drag that across. Who am I? How did I get here? And what's this weird girl? Maybe they're normal. Ah, see, right there. That's the issues that happen when you animate too zealously and you don't take into account the actual timing of the line you'll need. What have I done? Ah, I see. This cut happens here. And what's this weird girl? Maybe they're normal around here. What's this weird girl? Maybe they're normal around here. No. So I actually need it to go to about here. I'm going to drag that across. And again, see, I have to do all this extra work because I got too over enthused to actually start working on the animation. So never get ahead of yourself, I guess is the lesson here. Not that I'm a teacher or anything. All right. You can see all the little additional extra movements like the ear moving or the eyebrows raising, which you may have noticed I do a lot of. It's because it's very easy to control. Or well, more so cut out the eyebrows because they move over the top of everything else, whereas like ears moving and such, I have to have multiple layers like Flora's face and then the back of her head and then the ear moves in between the middle of all that. Essentially, I'm going to have to go back through now and readjust all the timings that I already did for all that on this first issue, just because I was overzealous. So really, animation, of course, depending on the project, there are some projects where they'll do the actual animation before the voice. But in this case, where I've got strict voice lines to try to adhere to, at least if I want to keep, people who are fans of the comic happy, it's important that I actually get the timings right first before I record any of the, animate any of the animation. Alright, so the timing of those lines should be good now. I'm just going to give a quick rewatch over, and then in future when I record the actual final lines, they should fit perfectly in place. Well, I'm not going anywhere. Maybe I'll find out more in the next town. That guy I met earlier seems to know me. Was I important? At least she's asleep. Right, so that's most of issue 13's work done. Obviously, I didn't put that all on camera. In total, there's probably about 10 hours plus of work there for that. What was it in the end? Like 50 seconds of footage. I'm going to have to readjust all that. I'm not going to show you the whole issue here, otherwise why would you watch the episode? And I've got several more issues to finish before I can upload it all. But maybe the little glimpses here kept you hopefully a little bit satiated. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that possibly poorly edited editing section, which is a bit ironic. I just wanted to talk about why this took so long. So the first major reason why it's taken so long is each issue takes about 10 hours to animate, and that's minimally, which is what I was going for with this whole series. So that's about 50 hours per episode, 10 hours per issue, 5 issues per episode, 50 hours. Obviously that takes quite a while, but that's not quite 2 years. The other major thing is around the time the last episode came out, I started a nursing course. That's taken up quite a lot of my time. And some other major events have happened. I got engaged, which was fun. Hi. I actually have a video of that on one of my other channels if you want to see it.
Who is she?
Then I planned a wedding, and then the wedding got cancelled because of COVID-19. So I got to do that again. I also have quite a few other hobbies. I'm one of those people which take up quite a lot of my time. So I wrote, didn't publish a book. I released a few games, probably nothing you guys are too interested in. I started another channel. Yeah, I have like 5 or so. This time on nursing related topics. My fiance helped me write a song. We wrote it together about remembering drugs alphabetically. So if that's something that interests you, you can check that out. I don't know if the card will be on either side. I don't know how that works. I don't use YouTube heaps. Yeah, so really it comes down to I have a lot of hobbies. I am currently studying, currently replanning a wedding, and honestly, I just have my own life to live as well. So I will try to get the episodes out more frequently soon, but really I can't promise you that it's going to be a tight schedule like I've tried to promise in the past. It's just not feasible for me. Maybe if I had like a team of people, it would be feasible if I could delegate tasks. But as just one person, with my fiance helping with some of the voice acting, it's just not possible. Again, if you want to check out a proposal video, go there. If you want to check out a nursing alphabetical song video, go there. Otherwise, I really hope I can bring out the next episode within the next month, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Bye.